Yeah, actually, Brexit clearly that took place a year ago has taken a lot of people by surprise because what we've seen is a resilience in the UK economy. We've seen unemployment drop, we've seen growth do incredibly well, we've seen actually a lot of corporations continue on with their expansions and their activities. But perhaps there's a reality that's starting to set in the last few weeks that Brexit is a big uncertain area of negotiation in the coming weeks and months, and that was creating a little bit of nervousness perhaps by corporations and households.
More specifically, what do you see as the potential impact of Brexit on the industry and economy here in Gibraltar?
With Gibraltar clearly being a gateway in terms of the services that it offers to the EU, it clearly has an impact that needs to be considered as part of the negotiations. The free movement of people is clearly another dynamic for Gibraltar, which is clearly a well-noted and well-known one, and that affects Gibraltar but equally affects everybody in the UK. And in fact, just to give you a sense, the UK economy has 90% of its companies employ people from the EU. So Gibraltar clearly is at the centre of that given where it's located, but it's also a UK-wide dynamic that needs to be considered.
You've also focused on the impact of President Trump on the global economy. Obviously, it's early days yet.
Yeah, I mean, Donald Trump came to power last year, and clearly we've seen a strong rally in the US equity market. We've seen a strong recovery in the US economy, and really our view is it's not a consequence of Donald Trump being elected. It's more of a coincidence because the economy had been doing well in the run-up to the election and continued down that path. And actually, the Trump rally that a lot of people talk about is not a Trump rally. It's a global rally. We've even seen some of the areas that were impacted by his presidency, like Mexico, which was clearly potentially on the receiving end of some negative trade agreements, actually do incredibly well. It's been performing exceptionally well. So it's not a Trump rally, it's a global equity rally based on strong economics around the world.
Can you give us an insight into the current trends in investment globally?
Yeah, perhaps one of the bigger trends is that in the last few years, people have been cautious about investing in Europe specifically because Europe has had a number of chapters that have evolved, whether it's the situation in Greece or obviously a couple of years ago with other countries, Spain, Portugal, Ireland, all these countries that came under pressure. But what we're starting to see is a big recovery in Europe. The economies are doing exceptionally well. The only country that's still in recession out of the European countries is actually Greece, but the others are emerging from a very difficult period, and that's been very supportive. So a big trend has been investing in Europe. We've been investing in Europe for our clients in the last few years and continue to like it as an investment space, and we're seeing a lot more interest actually from the US in investing in Europe. So that's a big trend in terms of global investing.